Okay, sorry about that last video. I got cut off when I was explaining that my joint was a little bit larger than your guys' joint, but I was still going to make it work. So what I did was I attached my joint and tied it at the top, just like in the tutorial, how it describes. And then I used a piece of lining cut to the same size as the joint, and I attached it over top with a ladder stitch and a little running stitch around the joint so it wouldn't move. That gives a really firm head, like attachment. I can't even move this. Like it is solid. And if you look here, the joint is so tightly ladder stitched that there's actually no, like you can't tell that there's a joint here at all. It's very smooth. That's your goal in all doll making, is that your seams are very smooth. If it's not perfectly smooth, that's okay too, because it will be hidden by doll skin and then attached to the body. So at this point we're going to make the nose. So I'm going to center my head and decide where I'd like the nose to be placed. That looks pretty good. It's a little bit harder to determine when I'm not holding the head right in front of me, instead in front of the camera. And keep playing with it until you decide where you like your nose to be. The more I look at it, the more hard it is for me to decide if it's in the right place. So I'm going to go with right here. And what I'm going to do is, you can go like the tutorial and just do straight around. I prefer a little more of an oval shape. Which is just fine, whatever shape of nose you would like. Obviously it's a little crooked here, but you won't even notice. I'll pull that out. Now what you're going to do is you'll thread your needle, just your embroidery needle, with a double thread and a little knot at the end. And I'm going to start, you can follow the tutorial where you start and go around like a clock. If you're doing more of an oblong nose, you start at the top, and you see how I pushed down so I could grab more wool? That's how you do it. And I'm going to leave a tail. And I'm going to go from top to bottom. Oh, and that's the most annoying part, is when it hooks onto the joint. But I'm going to make sure my tail doesn't get pulled too much. Keep digging down and getting as much wool as you can. See that? Oh, I just stabbed myself. And you'll kind of go the whole way. Now I'm showing this on tutorial instead of the original nose, just because you already have the instructions in your patterns, but being part of a workshop means you get to have a little bit more fun instructions. So for me, I'm going to now, at this point I didn't do here, I'm going to backtrack, digging nice and deep, all the way back to the beginning. And then I'm going to tie it. I'm going to stop the video at this point and come back, because my video is getting a little long and it's hard to download the longer videos. So when I get back, I've tied it, and I'm going to show you how you can make it even more visible.